So everybody has the new assignment, right? You got the piece of paper in front of you? I knew I had one extra. First thing you need to do is take your pencil where it says due Tuesday, March 25th. Change that to April 5th, I believe. Because I forgot about spring break. No, not April. April, let's see. Tuesday, March 25th. Let me check. Darn it. Sorry. Hold on. I can't read my writing. That's the trouble. Huh? I'm going to stop showing in a second so I can figure this out. I'm going to pause. Okay, so this assignment for the reflected ceiling plan and the site plan exercise is due Tuesday, April 3rd. Thursday, April 3rd. Okay. Thursday, April 3rd. At the end of the class period. Okay. So in this, we're going to continue with our model in Revit, and you will develop a site plan, which will be C1.00, and a reflected ceiling plan, which will be sheet A3.00, complete with sheet annotation and other information. These two sheets will include the following items. The architectural site plan will show, this will be a smaller scale than your roof plan. So what you're going to do, and I'm going to show you the site plan work after spring break, but I'll just talk about it now. But you're just going to show a box that's shaded indicating your building footprint. You'll create a site with a property line and setbacks accordingly. And like I said, I'll go over all this in detail after spring break. You'll have general notes and site plan notes. You'll have sidewalks, curb and gutters, roadways. You'll have a parking lot with handicap parking according to these parameters. You'll have a mechanical yard if you didn't put your air conditioners on top of your roof. You'll have a dumpster pad with drive access. You'll have dimensions for all of this stuff, and you'll have a fence if you desire one. So again, just to clarify, I'm going to look at the calendar real quick. Okay, next week is spring break, so we don't have anything. Then Tuesday, March 18th, we don't have this class because of the charrette. I will also be out of town, but Ms. Bennett will be in charge of the charrette, and she will take attendance that you'll get credit for in this class. Wednesday, I don't believe there'll be any classes as well because of the charrette. It's just a 2-day charrette this time. Then Thursday, you'll be back in this class. However, I will still be out of town because I'm going to an architects convention thing. And Ms. Bennett will take roll, and y'all can come in here and start working on your reflected ceiling plan, which I'll go over. So, and then the following week, I'll talk to you about the site plan, which will still give you, a couple of weeks to work on it. So that's kind of the schedule. So now let me get into telling you how to do the reflected ceiling plan. So we have our model here, and you can, I just open it up on that view. There's my floor plan view. So the first thing you want to do, it looks like there's already ceilings here. I'm going to delete those so I can show you how to do it. I don't know why there's a roof plan on my ceiling. I'm going to delete that too. Okay, so I'm just in my floor plan. I want to go to plan views up here at the top. I'm recording this, and I hope it works so y'all can go back and listen to it if you need to. Reflected ceiling plan right there. So you click that. Then it's going to be a ceiling plan of the first floor. So if you have multiple floors, it would depend. So we're going to say OK. And now what it's done is it's made the first floor ceiling plan. Now you should rename that to say, I right-clicked on that, and I'm going to say rename first floor reflected ceiling plan. Everybody understands what a reflected ceiling plan means?
No.
It kind of means that you are hovering above the floor and you're looking at a reflection of the ceiling. It's probably cut at about a foot below the ceiling line, around 7 feet. So you're not like laying on your back looking up. You're looking down at it like the floor plan, but you're seeing a reflection because you're looking up. Your back's looking at it. Does that make sense? So your floor plan, you're looking straight down. Yeah. But the reflected ceiling plan, you're looking down at the reflection of the ceiling above you.
So you're looking at the floor that's a mirror.
Yes, exactly. Okay. And so if you look at, now that we're in this reflected ceiling plan view, if you look over here at view range, right here, if you edit that, you can see that the top is, the primary range is the level above, which is the roof plan. The cut plane is associated with the first floor, but they're cutting it at 7 foot 6 inches above the floor. The bottom is usually the first floor. And you can change that if you need to, but that should be okay. So I just wanted to show you that. Now, I don't really want to see my roof, so I'm going to, oops, okay, I'm going to just right click and hide that. Or I can hide the category because I don't want to see any roofs. So now I just see my walls and any interior walls I had. So since this is a commercial place, we're going to use a ceiling just like similar to this, which is a lay-in acoustical tile ceiling. So you're going to, first thing you're going to do is make your ceiling. So you're going to go to Architecture, Ceiling right here. And you'll see what's loaded. Okay, mine is already there. There may be a chance yours is not there, in which case you would load it just like you did any other thing. You go over to Insert, Load Family, find it, okay? So this is a 2x4 acoustical tile ceiling. If you look above your head right now, this is a 2x2. And you could change that, but we're just going to keep it simple and say 2x4. The height, you can change that. If you want your ceiling at 9 feet or 10 feet, you could change that right here in this area. So it says room bounding. So ceilings are within the rooms, not usually the whole building. So see how it's highlighting those? So I can just click on all of these and it's going to make it automatically. If it didn't do that, you would go to Sketch Ceiling right here, and you would use these sketch tools and just hit the corners and sketch it. Sometimes when I'm doing it, it doesn't let you do it automatically for some reason, probably because I do it wrong. But I'm going to cancel that because I'm going to let it do it automatically. So I go to Ceiling. I've got my 2x4 acoustical tile ceiling. I'm going to say I got one there. I got one there. I'm just clicking. Hope yours is this easy too. Now, one thing you want to pay attention to when you do acoustical tile ceilings is you don't want to have, it'll center it, like you can see where this one has, it's pretty much centered on that, which is probably good, and centered on that. Now this room, you know, you could probably, because you don't want to have to cut all these tiles is the point. You want to try to get as many whole tiles as possible, but you also want it to look good. So if you don't like the way that's arranged, there's several things you can do. You can use your Modify and go to Align and say I want the first tile to line up with that wall. But see, it leaves a little bitty gap there, so, and that's not really good either. So I'll probably just undo that and let it be. The other thing I could do is rotate it so it'd be more like this grid over here. So you just hit the horizontal line right there and you rotate and you go 90 degrees and now it's rotated. But now I definitely need to align it if I wanted to do it that way. So I'm going to hit Align. I want that to stay in the middle like that. And if you want, you can align your grids like that. So you can just play with that to see what you like best. There's no, now, okay, the bad thing about this one is, now yours may be different. Your lights will want to fit in the whole 2x4 thing. So now I don't have those. So maybe I want to go back and do it the other way. I don't know. But you can just play with it. I'm going to undo that and go back to that. I still can't fit a whole light in there though. So what would I do? I could grab both of those and I could just move them around until I get there. Now I probably want a box in the middle so I could put a whole light in that 2x4 grid. So then I would align that, but that doesn't work, so I forgot about that. So you just play with it until it looks right. So any questions about how to put in your ceiling? Anybody? Okay, that's pretty simple. So the next thing you're going to do is you're going to add some light fixtures. So I don't know if we have lights loaded. We'll go down here to our project browser and go down to usually lighting. Doesn't look like there's anything in there yet. So I'm going to go insert, load family, see if there's anything in here. Lighting, architectural, internal. So there's all kinds of lights here. In a lay-in ceiling, usually we just want 2x4 fluorescent lights. Keep it simple. You can be fancy later when you're going to be in Architectural Digest. So that would be a Troffer 2x4. If you had a 2x2 ceiling, you could use a 2x2. So I'm just going to click load that one. Open. Now I got to go find it again over here. Now I've got lighting fixtures. I got my Troffer. And if you're worried about this stuff, you can worry about it. Usually the electrical engineer, if you're doing a true model and you wanted your lighting to reflect what's there, you'd have to worry about this. But I usually choose whatever's least amount. And you just go in there and it'll usually kind of grab the grid like that. So you just place those. And it depends on the size of your room. In your exam rooms, I'm sure you only need one light. In places out here, like your big rooms, now sometimes it doesn't align. You'll have to go in and align it. You'll probably want, maybe 4 lights out here. Just kind of got to figure out what you want. And you definitely want, something down here. And you may want to rearrange your grid after you see how this lighting works out to make it look pretty, because your ceiling is supposed to look pretty as well. So if those didn't align right, then you can just go to modify, hit your align button. I want to align it with that edge. I want to do this one too. Do y'all know what that little lock means? Anybody? If you like, I just aligned this to there. If I want it to be there no matter what, if I move this grid, I hit that lock, and it will always move with the grid. So sometimes that's good. I kind of don't use that a lot because I like to control things. But that's what that lock means. So there's your lights. Now this also says exit lights. Now you have to have your ceiling in there because these things are based on ceilings. Like they're attached to the ceiling. So if you don't have a ceiling, it won't let you put it in there. So let's see if we can find an exit light. Insert. I'm just going to type it in here now. Exit light. Okay, so there's a traditional one, which looks like it would be fine. So I'm just going to download that one. I want to contact you. I usually try to get the latest version. Download the local. I agree. No, thank you. I want to open it. Upgrade. Now I'm going to load it into my project. Okay. See, it won't let me do it in this floor plan because there's no ceiling there. So now I got to go back to my ceiling plan. I don't know why it switches views on you when you do that. Why isn't that opening? Oh, there it is. Thank you. Okay, now I got to go find that exit light. I wonder if I can do it over here. Oh, okay, yeah, it puts the last component you loaded in there. So now it won't let me do it in the middle, but I think it'll attach it to one of these. But of course you want your exit light by the door. So you'll put it there, but it's not showing it. Let's see what, okay, because notice that this elevation was wrong. So I need to make that 0, I believe. Let's see, component, place a component, elevation, host. Oh, maybe I need to make it the ceiling height, 8 feet. That's kind of weird. There it goes. Sometimes you just got to play with them. Oh, and it made it sideways, but I guess that's okay because you want to just see that it's an exit light. But I actually want it to, let's see, if I want to pick a new host, then I want it to be on this line. And then I can just kind of slide it to the middle. I know that's where my door is. I've never seen them like this. That's kind of a weird symbol. Let me see if I can find something else because I don't like that one. Let's see. Insert, load family. Let's see if there's something in here. Emergency wall light? No. Let me try this again. That kind of looks like it's more for an elevation view. The symbols that I'm used to are different looking. Let me just try a different one and just see. Okay, so I want to see what that looks like from the ceiling. You can't really see it. Huh. Well, let's try it anyway. There they are. They're on the. Oh, that wasn't a door. That was a window. Let's put this one over here. Notice it's at 8 feet. I'm going to go to my reflected ceiling. Okay, now there's that one. I guess that'll do. I mean, we know it's an exit light, so you can put that in your legend. I'm going to put this one over here. Pick new host. Make it go over here by my door. No. Pick new host. There. So you're going to put that over all your doors. Plus, if you have a hallway, all right, it's hard for me to show you here, but if you have a hallway, which a lot of you do, when you come, imagine yourself coming out of the room into the hallway, like if you go out this door, you need to see where the exits are. So wherever there's an exit at the end of that sight line, you need, if you go out this door, you'll see an exit sign down there and an exit sign down there, I think. So you need to put those in your hallways so that whenever anybody comes out of a door, they can look either way and say, okay, I've got to run that way or that way, okay? So exit signs got to be above your doors and in your hallways. When people, you don't have to have them in the little patient rooms because it's obvious where they're going to go out. But once they get to the hallway, they have a choice. So they have to have a sign. Okay? Any questions on exit signs? Okay, HVAC supply and return error grills. Okay, that would be under mechanical. Let's see. There's nothing loaded yet, so I'm going to load that family. Go over here. Mechanical, architectural, air side components. Air conditioners. Nope, that's not what I want. Always got to search this stuff. Nope. Let's try MEP. Because that's the place to look. Let's see, terminal units, air terminals, air handling. Here we go, I think. Well, they got all kinds of stuff. Here we go. Supply diffuser. And we're going to want that. And we're also going to want a return, which is up here. So I don't know if I can load them both at the same time. I'm going to hit that, and I'm going to hit that. See what happens. Okay. I hit Control when I did that to load two things at once. So now I'm going to go back down here to my mechanical. Where is it? Did it load, or did I mess it up? Maybe I didn't do it right. Try it again. Load. Mechanical, MEP, airside component, air terminals. Okay, there's a return diffuser. I'll do that one first. Did it go in there? Let's see where it might be. Sometimes they don't go where you think they're going to go. Oh, I have all these ducks. Maybe it's under ceilings. No. This work. I think I loaded it right. What?
Air terminals.
Oh, yeah, up there. Yeah, there it is, but I wonder where it went to.
There's air terminals.
Oh. Ah. Yes, okay. I forget about that one. I've never used that architecture. Okay, so now we got our supply and return. Okay, so let's do supply first. So I want to, if you don't see it, you might say you want to place on face. There we go. See how that does? So then these obviously have to be lined up with one side or the other. You don't really want to put it in the middle. So you're going to put that in there, and then you might have to go in and adjust it. And you know, generally you'll have one for each of your small rooms, and then, you know, probably a couple out, 3 or 4 out here. Plus, you do not want them right next to a light. You want to have at least on the other side of a thing or one thing over. So I didn't pay attention when I was doing these lights, so you need to pay attention to that. You could put one here, for instance. We'll do that. We'll put one there. The reason being is because when they blow out the air, it'll get dust and crud all over the light. So I'm just placing them in there, then I'll go in and align them. So you need at least one in each room. And then in your big rooms, probably 3 or 4. So you can go back in and then modify and align to the edge of your thing like that. Then you do this in your return. You don't need a return in every room unless it's, you're probably just going to need only one return, because usually there's an undercut in your doors. It depends the way it's designed, but in our case, let's say you might need 2 returns, one on either side of the building. So let's, again, I'm going to say air duct. Maybe that was the wrong kind. Because usually the return looks like this, except it's just 1 slash. So let me see if I can load a different one. Insert load family. Mechanical, MEP, airside components, terminal units. Isn't that where I went before? Maybe not. Where'd I go? Air terminals. So return diffuser. Is that the one I did before? Or did I do hosted? I think I'll try that one. Architecture, component, place a component. Okay, now see I've got these up here. It wants to put it sideways right now, so I'm going to say place on face, and then it'll look right. So this you're going to probably put pretty close to wherever you think your air unit is on your roof or outside. Like if I had an outside unit over here, I'd want the return or near the air handler unit. So, but if you have a large building, you may want to put them, you know, pretty spread out. For this teeny tiny building I have here, I just need 1. So I'm going to line that up there so it's nice and neat. You also, I just showed you how to put it in there. I'm not thinking about where it's at. You don't want one right next to your supply, or else the air that's blowing out here will go right into there. So think about that when you're laying this out, okay? Keep it a little bit a ways from your, also your thermostat will usually be near your return air because that's the air you want it to measure. Okay, so we got HVAC supply and return grills, notes and keynotes, or note keys and keynotes. You know how to do that now, same as the before. Okay, you might dimension if necessary. You don't need to show any walls because you've already taken care of that on your floor plan. If there's something unusual in your ceiling that you think needs to be explained with a dimension, then you dimension it. Otherwise, you don't need a dimension. A legend, you'll have a legend on this sheet showing what all these different symbols mean. Same as the legend before, but it's going to be on this sheet. Okay, ceiling, note ceiling heights. The way you do that is you go to annotate up here, spot elevation, I believe it is, and it'll put this symbol in there like that. That's an 8-foot ceiling. There's really no, you might want to change this because you don't need an arrowhead the way I do it. So edit type, I'm going to say no arrowhead, because all you're saying is that ceiling is 8 feet tall, and you should have one of those in every room that's divided. So you click somewhere, and then you drag it over about enough to cover the lettering. Oh, I didn't do it right. Hold on, because the lettering, there we go. You click and then you click again. I'll do that again for you. So your spot elevation, you click where you want to start the line, you drag, you click again, and then you drag to the right a little bit more, and I'll put those letters over there. Now once you get all this stuff in your ceiling, you may have to rearrange things to make sure nothing's overlapping. You can read everything and all that stuff. Then also you got to put your room tags in there, and they'll come in automatically because you've already got your rooms defined. So you're just going to say tag room, and whatever you've named them before, it'll come back again. Okay? So you want that in there as well because we have to be able to identify the room. Is there any questions on the reflected ceiling plan sheet?
The spot elevation, do we one for each room, right?
I generally like to put that in there just to make sure they understand the ceiling height's not changing. Yeah, so I'd put it one in each room. And this should be the same scale as your floor plan. This sheet, whatever your floor plan was. And again, let's just, so from now, the rest of today, and then the Thursday after spring break, we don't have class. Well, you have class, but it's charrette class on Tuesday. The Thursday after spring break, which is the 20th, you'll come in here and you'll work on this by yourselves. Ms. Bennett will be watching. Then the following Tuesday, I will explain site plan material. If you know it, I guess you can go ahead, but there's a lot of stuff on there. I think you got enough to do with the ceiling plan for at least a class and a half, don't you? So, okay, any other questions before I turn this off? Okay. Let me stop that.